Hey friends, and welcome to another 10-minute movement mini. We have just 10 minutes, so we're going to get started right away. This class is all about lengthening the back line of the body, the posterior chain. So we're going to begin standing with our feet just a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Take a breath in and reach the arms up and overhead, stretching as high as you can. As you exhale, let the hands come behind the back, interlace your fingers here, and then begin to draw your knuckles down as the shoulder blades come closer together. Feel an expansiveness through the front of the chest. Taking a big inhale here, inflating the lungs. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, begin to send your hips back and your chest forward, allowing the knuckles to either stay on the back or you can reach them up towards the sky, letting the head relax down towards the ground. You can take a moment here and just feel out this position, maybe finding a little bit of movement side to side. You could straighten one leg and then the other, just see how that feels. On an inhale breath, slowly start to bring yourself halfway up. Release the interlace of the fingers and slide the hands right underneath your hip point, so right about the thigh level. Press into your thighs with a gentle amount of pressure. Roll your shoulders away from your ears and find length in your spine and straighten your legs as best as you can. Take one more breath in here. And then as you exhale, begin to fold a little bit further down, letting the belly come towards the thighs. The hands can slide down towards the ground, either letting fingertips touch the floor, maybe holding on to opposite elbow, or if you have the flexibility, you can hold on to your ankles and just guide yourself a little closer towards your legs if that's feeling right for you. We'll be here for just one more breath in and a full breath out. As you breathe in, slowly peel yourself up. You can bend your knees as much as you like and round your back to come all the way back up to standing, making sure that you're moving slow enough that you're not getting a head rush here, and then inhaling the arms back up and overhead as you arrive. Good. As you exhale, again, we're going to fold forward just a little bit faster this time, bending the knees as much as you like, sliding your hands down towards the ground. Inhaling, lifting up just halfway, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, fold. One more time, inhale. This time you can stand up a little bit faster if that feels all right for you. Reach the arms up, get nice and long. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold towards the ground. Good, hands to shins, lift up halfway. As you exhale, fold. Nice, inhale, stand tall, reach the arms up, bring the palms to touch. And as you exhale, let your hands come together at your heart. Working just a little bit of balance here, you're gonna find your focal point and shift your weight over towards your left foot, picking your right knee up and then interlacing the fingers around the thigh, giving it a little bit of a squeeze. Now, if this feels like enough for you, you're welcome to stay here. If you can though, maybe take your hands and interlace them around your hamstring, so the back of your leg, and then just play with straightening your right leg as best you can, and then rebending the knee. So straightening it as best you can, and then bending the knee. Do that twice, more straighten as best you can. Doesn't need to be poker straight, but just finding more length in the back of the leg, bending the knee, and then one more time. Straighten and bend. Nice, you can let that right foot down, give your hips a little shake if you need, and then we're gonna switch sides. So interlace the fingers around your left shin, give it a little bit of a squeeze. You can stay right here if you like. Maybe take hold of the back of your leg, your back of your thigh, your hamstring. Maybe play with starting to straighten the leg any amount, and then bending the knee when you're ready. Taking your time, keeping your eyes on one spot. That focal point is so helpful when we're working on balance. Let's go twice more. Nice work. Good. And once that's complete, you can set the foot down. Again, give it a little bit of a shake. And then separate your feet a little bit wider, taking the toes out and the heels in. We'll send our hips back and then down, coming into Malasana. Great stretch for the low back. You can play around with the placement of your feet. Some people like to have the feet closer together. Maybe having your feet further apart feels better for you. So just play around, find what works. And then allow your elbows to rest on the inside of your thighs, just pressing a little bit of effort to to open the knees up, creating more space for your sacrum and your low back. Encourage your pelvis to relax here. Sometimes we're active in this pose. In this variation, we're just being really passive through the hips and finding some length in the low back. You could even take it a bit of a step further by creeping more like your armpits towards your knees and rounding quite vigorously through the upper back. Maybe the arms can come forward. You can let the head relax down. If you're in this rounded position, slowly start to bring yourself more to a neutral spine. Hands can come together at the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, press down into your feet, stand all the way up, reach the arms towards the sky. Interlace the fingers, but leave your pointer finger free. Turn your toes and your heels in line with one another, so more of a neutral stance with your hips. And as you exhale, just a little side bend over towards the right, and then point the fingers down, and then over to the left, and then back up. We'll do that one more time, so lean to the right, fingers towards the ground, over to the left, and then back up, and we'll switch sides. So leaning to your left, reaching the fingers down towards the ground, through center, over to the right, and then all the way back up. Last one, reach over, fingers down, slide through center, all the way back up. Nice. Take a cactus of your elbows once you get back to the top. So elbows draw back, shoulder blades come together. Take a nice deep breath in here. And as you exhale, let your arms come in front of you. You can either give yourself a hug, doesn't matter which arm comes on top, just take note so the next time that we do this, the other arm's on top. You hold on to your shoulders, or take the backs of the hands together, or wrap the wrists for eagle arms. So now as you breathe in, start to lift your elbows up. You can take a little bit of an arch through the upper back if that feels good for you. And then as you exhale, try to move your spine one vertebrae at a time. Your elbows are gonna draw in, your head will drop down, your upper back rounds, your mid back rounds, and then at the very end, your low back rounds as you start to fold down. Maybe the fingertips come down towards the ground, or you can continue holding onto your shoulders. We'll come all the way back up one vertebrae at a time again. So low back, mid back, and then all the way up to the upper back. Once you arrive, uncactus your arms, come back to the cactus arms, inhale. And then as you exhale, opposite arm on top. So again, you can hug, you can take the backs of the hands together, whatever variation of eagle arms works for you. And then inhale, just a little bit of expansion through the front of the body. And then as you exhale, one vertebrae at a time. So your elbows will draw in, your chin draws in, your upper back rounds, mid back, low back, just bending the knees as much as what feels good for you here, letting your arms come as far towards or as close towards the floor as what feels good for you. And then as you breathe in, slowly start to bring yourself all the way back up. Once you arrive, you can eagle the arms, come back, and you can cactus, take a breath in. As you exhale, let your hands come together at your heart. Nice. Take your feet even wider. We'll finish our class. I know 10 minutes goes by so quickly, but we're gonna finish with our 1 minute shake, and then you can move on with the rest of your day and maybe do another one of these little 10-minute minis when you have some time, and just be very grateful that you had these 10 minutes that you dedicated to yourself. So thank you so much for taking this time. Let's start with our hands. Give them a nice shake, and then you can just let your eyes close and forget about what it looks like. Have a little bit of freedom to move however makes sense to you. Start to shake through your shoulders and your hips, your knees. You might even start to take your feet off of the ground and bounce around a little bit. The cool thing about shaking is that the faster you go, the harder you go, the more benefits and the more amazing you're gonna feel once it's all done. So get a little dancey with it. Get your blood flowing, get that heart rate up. It's just 1 minute, and it is transformational. If you can go for 5 minutes, go for 5. But 1 minute of shaking and moving and this vigorous amount of movement is so great. So we've got 10 more seconds, faster, faster. 9, 8, you got it. Go as fast as you can. Let's go for 5, 4, don't stop. 3, 2, then 1, just coming to stillness. Close your eyes. Feel that vibration of energy moving through your body. And witness how the breath is so intelligent, it starts to slow down without any control. Feel kind of the aftershock, the echo of the movement. It almost feels like you're still moving in some ways. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands together at your heart and just send a little bit of gratitude towards yourself for, again, taking this time to move your body and to do something that is so helpful and beneficial for our productivity and our relationships and being calm and centered throughout the day and being focused. So thank you for practicing, and I hope to see you soon.